going on, my fellow Middle Earthians? My name's Bones88, and I'm here today to tell you to stop everything you're doing in the game and start farming Road to Rivendell characters. And we're going to go over this real quick, and I'll tell you why. Now, I am late to the party. I've been working non-stop the last 2 days, so I'm still going to give you guys my opinions on some of the stuff. But this is the road ahead. I'm not going to go through all of it. I'm pretty much just going to skim through some things and tell you the important stuff, because we've all heard the details by this point, right? So first off, it's just letting you know, like, this is the first road ahead. It's commenting on everything that's been going on the last week or two, and what's going on forward. So that's what the road ahead is. It's the same thing for Galaxy of Heroes. It's telling you that it's usually going to be broken up into 2 chapters. The first chapter is going to be looking back at the recent past and comment on the current state of the game. And then chapter 2 gives you a sense of what our focus is over the next few months of development. Now, chapter 1 is just summing up what has went on. Just fixing bugs and all that. There's nothing here you really need to know. It's just saying how excited they are and, you know, looking forward to the future. There's nothing really, anything in here that you need to know about. So now this is what we're here for. There's 2 things. First off, our first legendary character / event is here. And spoiler alert, it's Elrond. Next, and then after that, we have the raid coming, which is kind of exciting, but I have some worries at the same time, because if you're a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes player, you're going to be worried, but maybe also excited about why the raid is set up how it is. But first, let's talk about Elrond. First of all, love Elrond, awesome character, totally cool with it being the first legend, right? Very iconic character, one of the most powerful characters in Lord of the Rings. So yeah, just hell yeah. I'm excited about this. I think this is going to be cool. Alright, so what they're pretty much saying here is how to unlock them, how legendary events work, and all that. I'm just going to say it in my own words because I've played Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and it's the same exact way. So what they do is they take 5 characters and they make them required to unlock a legendary character, in this case Elrond. Now, to unlock them, you have to take those 5 required characters to a certain star level, and at times certain gear level, but right now, starting out, it's just star level. So at a minimum, you want your required characters to be at 5 stars. When you have them at 5 stars, you're able to unlock a 5-star Elrond, so you at least get the unlock. You have him in your hands and you can use him, right? So really, you just want to get 5 stars right now. That's all you should be worried about. Once you get him unlocked, you can build him up, start using him, and then you can continue farming the requirements to 7 stars. But so that's a good thing. You're not required to take them straight to 7 stars, because it takes a long time to do that. And it's going to be a long time before anybody gets a 7-star Elrond. The whales will get him, but that's it. It'll be a long time before us free-to-play get him. But, I mean, that's really all you need to know. 5 characters, 5 stars. You will need them a certain gear to beat the event itself, but you're not required to have them at any sort of gear. And unfortunately, the road ahead doesn't tell us what is required. So that really sucks, right? Like, why announce him and not tell us what we need? Obviously, there's many content creators that have speculated. But hell, we thought Witch King was going to be the legend. So this really threw me off. I think it threw everyone off. We all expected Witch King. So this is really crazy, but still fun. I'm still excited. I think it's kind of funny, actually. You know, it shows not to follow all leaks and stuff like that, too. But yeah, I'm excited about this. So here comes my speculation. Road to Rivendell characters. 5 characters. It's an entire squad. They all have synergy together. There's somewhat a center team, beginner team to farm. They're not the best, but it just makes sense. They're called Road to Rivendell. If you've read the books, Elrond is from Rivendell. That's where he lives. Half of Fellowship of the Rings is about them getting to Rivendell. So it just makes sense lore-wise, but here's why it makes sense in the business aspect, because that's what CG is always thinking about, guys. If you're new to capital games, they're always thinking about the dollar. They're not thinking about you. They're thinking about how to make a dollar. And this is why it makes sense. So you have to get 5 characters up and going, farmed up, just to unlock Elrond. Then you have to get Elrond up and going and 4 other elves for his team that aren't required for anything. Now, mind you, these characters will probably be required for something in the future, right? We're just starting it out. But that's why it's Road to Rivendell. I have no insight on it, but I can 100% guarantee you guys that it's Road to Rivendell. Or comment down below and I have to do something crappy in the game. We'll take a crappy character to Gear 5 or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. You guys come up with some cool stuff and we'll do it. But anyways, start farming your Road to Rivendell. It's not official. No one knows really. But I'm telling you guys, it's Road to Rivendell. So I would just start abandoning whatever you're doing. Start doing this because you need Elrond. Okay? This is the first legendary in the game. You need this guy as fast as you can. So if you wail, start getting going, getting ready. Alright? They will announce what his kit and his requirements later on down the road, it says. Alright, next up, the raid. I am very excited about this raid. I am going to read exactly what they say in this because there's a lot going on. But after we read, I'll kind of explain how it works because it's exactly how the new raid is in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Alright, so the Mines of Moria itself is a sprawling complex of ruins, dwarven in make and trashed by orcish interlopers. There's a cave troll and most nightmarish of all, the dreaded Balrog. We get to see a Balrog, huh? It has the cool locations and characters, and it checks all the boxes for an epic in-game raid. Let me take a moment to tell you a little bit more about the raid system in Heroes of Middle-earth. Raids will be open to guilds and their members to engage with. Note you must be at a certain level to participate in a raid. We are aiming for guilds to be able to kick a chapter off about once a week and last around 4 or 5 days. The goal of each raid is to do damage in each chapter of the raid and accrue points. These points translate into personal rewards for yourself and guild level rewards for everyone in the guild. Players can increase the number of points they accrue by increasing the difficulty of the raid on each of their attempts independent of the guild. The higher difficulties, the greater the rewards. Our goal is to have a dynamically challenging raid experience to grow with your roster of characters, but also allow players in each guild to choose the experience that feels most comfortable for them. Our hope is that players have an entertaining strategic puzzle to solve while working together as a guild for epic success and rewards. The Mines of Moria is going to be released in a chapter-by-chapter format as illustrated above. Rather than going live with all aspects of the raid at once, we'll be releasing chapters one at a time over the course of a month or 2. So when the Mines of Moria release, you'll see chapter 1 of 4. Our hope with this experience is that players and guilds will be able to focus, build mastery across each chapter one at a time, and give them a chance to get excited for each part of the raid release. Now you may be asking, why am I doing this raid, other than it being cool? Well, there's awesome rewards, powerful new gear, and maybe a powerful friend you can collect along the way. It's still early, and the future is yet to be written, but we have a ton of exciting plans for you in the future. There is no date, but their goal is to bring it to you within the Q3 of this year, so later at the end of this year. So maybe July? I'm not sure what Q3 is. We'll have more news for you the closer we get, and we hope it gets you as excited as we are to bring it to you. So I just want to say, as I do not know how these chapters are going to work. That I've never heard of. That doesn't happen in Galaxy of Heroes. So I can't speak on what to expect from that. I really don't know. A raid is just a raid. I don't know how you can release chapters. So that'll be interesting of what's going on there. Now I'm going to go over to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, show you the layout of the new raid and how it works, because this is exactly how it's going to work here, guys. So let's go over there real quick and I'll show you what's up. Okay, so this is the raid page here on Swugga. This is the new raid, just came out a couple weeks ago, and it has been very controversial, actually. People have been very mad about what happened, but this is like a long-term in-game problem that this raid brought. It's really fun. So if I have some characters left, we'll do it. But this is how it works here. So you have your own personal tracker, right? See personal rewards down here? Click on that. Sorry, my screen is enlarged. So this is your personal rewards. So determining how well you do determines how much, resources and currency and all that stuff you get. So obviously you want to try to build up your team better and better and better so that you get more and more rewards every time you do the raid, right? So they also have the guild rewards part. So as your guild works together, you guys unlock chests, whatever version it will be with Lord of the Rings, I'm not sure. But as you click here, it tells you, and you use this currency, okay? You gain this currency, and they have a special shop for you. Now, it might be different because there's no characters tied to this. This works the same, but it's at a different place in the game, right? This game's been out for 7 years. So this raid affects this game differently than it will in Lord of the Rings. So that's how the reward track works. Now, as far as how the battle works, I assume it's going to be the same. But they're talking about these chapters, so I just know that I don't understand what that means. This is just you go in, there's one phase, you do as much damage as you can, it never ends, and then you just submit your score, and then you wait for it, you wait 3 days. I mean, it's actually kind of underwhelming because your roster doesn't reload, right? You just attack once. You have the choice to, and I'm just going to auto this so I can just kind of show you how it works at the end. I'm not going to get into the mechanics so it doesn't matter because it's a whole different game, right? Hopefully the graphics look about like this because the graphics are kind of bad on Lord of the Rings. Okay, so it's over, and this is a screen that pops up. It shows you my score and shows you who you had, all that good stuff. But what's really cool is you can either submit it, as you see down there, you can discard it and retry, or you can discard and exit. That's a really cool quality of life. And I'm guessing it'll be part of Lord of the Rings as well. But you don't have to worry about backing out before you die, or, if you go through with it, that's your score. You don't have to worry about that. This screen pops up and you can just decide whether you want to submit it or try again, right? So I think it's a really cool quality of life. So lastly, the difficulty modifier. Obviously, the first difficulty, it's easier. And as you go up, it gets harder. But you also make more points and all that good stuff. So you want to keep trying to push and push and push to the next difficulty. Now, in this game, you have to have them up much higher in gear and stuff like that for each level. So you can't just throw any of your characters in, no matter what gear. There's a gear requirement for every, and star requirement for every level. So I'm guessing that's how it's going to be for this too. So I don't know what the limit will be. But if you want to be able to get in the last area here, just know you probably have to have your character maxed. Like to the highest gear. I don't know what that is, but highest gear for sure. So just keep that in mind as well. If you want to start doing really well right off the start maxing those characters. I don't know if you can use all your characters or just certain squads. We don't know that either. We don't know much about any of it yet. And in time, we'll know. It shouldn't be too much longer. But with that being said, I don't know when the Elrond event's coming around. We don't know anything about that. We just know that he is coming. So make sure you don't have to do what I say, but I'm pretty sure Road to Rivendell is the way to go. And you won't be disappointed, I promise. But with that being said, hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.